community, to change your life positively, to chart a new destiny, and live happy and crime free. CCC have the program to enhance your ambition, to provide you with life skills and assist with your challenges. If you want to do better, change your life over, Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. You like plumbing? You like welding? Hairdressing? And landscaping? Said if you want to do better, change your life over, Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. It's a holistic program for the use of the nation, to develop future leaders and patriotic nation builders, to enhance communities and restore the families, to build technical capacity and academic ability. If you want to do better, change your life over, Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened environment doors. Conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving, and life skill training. So if you want to do better, change your life over, Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. The program decentralized for all to capitalize. No racial profiling, no gender discriminating. Everyone deserves a chance. Time to think and take a stance. You deserve nothing but the best. Trust CCC to do the rest. If you want to do better, change your life over, Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. You are coaching and mentoring, career building, good discipline. So if you want to do better, change your life over, Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. Civilian Conservation, conservation for my nation. Civilian Conservation Corps. Yeah, this is Umi Makano. Make sure you come out. has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened environment conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving, and life skill training. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors, looking for opportunity to change your life positively, to chart a new destiny and live happy and crime free. CCC have the program to enhance your ambition, to provide you with life skills and assist with your challenges. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. You like plumbing? You like welding? Hairdressing? And landscaping? Said if you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. It's a holistic program for the use of the nation to develop future leaders and patriotic nation builders, to enhance communities and restore the families, to build technical capacity and academic ability. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened environment conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving, and life skill training. So if you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. The program decentralized for all to capitalize. No racial profiling, no gender discriminating. Everyone deserves a chance. Time to think and take a stance. You deserve nothing but the best. Trust CCC to do the rest. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. You are coaching and mentoring, career building, good discipline. So if you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. Civilian Conservation, conservation for my nation. Civilian Conservation Corps. Yeah, this is Umi Makano. Make sure you come out. No, no, no. Umi Makano. CCC, baby. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened environment conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving, and life skill training. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors, looking for opportunity to change your life positively, to chart a new destiny and live happy and crime free. CCC have the program.
Ladies and gentlemen,
your ambition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please listen attentively to the safety briefing for the Government Plaza Auditorium.
Welcome to the Government Plaza Auditorium. Your safety is our first priority, and in order to accomplish this, it's essential that you are familiar with our emergency procedures. Bathroom facilities have been provided for you on the 3rd floor. The alarms are both audible and visible. No evacuation drills are planned for the duration of your event. So if the alarm sounds, please treat this as a real emergency event. Your muster point is the Brian Lara Promenade. In the event of an emergency, please evacuate the auditorium immediately by using the nearest emergency exits. Exits are located to the left and right of the stage and on the upper entranceway. Please take a moment to note the exit nearest you. Use the evacuation stairwells only. Do not use the elevators. Follow the directional arrows and signage and proceed out of the building. You are then required to assemble at the Brian Lara Promenade. Do not re-enter the building until instructed to do so. On behalf of the management of the Urban Development Corporation, we trust you will have an enjoyable experience here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I would like to invite everyone to stand for the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Please remain standing as I invite 3 graduates from the Civilian Conservation Corps to lead us in prayer. With the Muslim prayer from the Northeast region, we have Mr. Jabali Alexis, followed by the Hindu prayer from the Central region, Ms. Shavani Ramuta, and with the Christian prayer, we have Mr. Matthew Rock from the North Central region.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, members of staff and trainees. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyaka nabudu, Iyaka nasta'in, Iddina as-sirata al-mustaqim, Sirata allazina an'amta alayhim, Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ala salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid.
Good morning. Tvameva Mata, Jabita Tvameva Bandhu, Jasika Tvameva Vidya, Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.
Good morning, teacher and everyone. Blessed Heavenly Father, so thankful for bringing us here on this lovely day, Lord, on this graduation ceremony to each and every one, Lord. As we go through this day, please help us to know our success in our lives and to be brave and to have potential and to share our success and experience to others. This is my prayer in your name. Amen.
You may be seated. A wonderful good morning. I am Mrs. Camille Fraser de Ballot, a past trainee of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Managing Director of C.J. Fraser Broadcasting Production, and a second-year student at the Caribbean Nazarene College. I will be your mistress of ceremony for the Civilian Conservation Corps graduation ceremony for Cycle 2101. I would like to say a hearty good morning to the Honorable Minister of Youth Development and National Service, Foster Cummings, sir. Vice Chief of Defense Staff Group, Captain Kester Weeks, sir. Permanent Secretary, Mr. Farouk Hossain. Program Director of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Major David Benjamin, sir. Commanding officers and representatives of the various units within the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the military, that should be Program Director of the MILAT, Lieutenant Naval Anthony Goddard, Program Coordinator of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Lieutenant Naval Kurt Jones, sir. Officer in Command, Lieutenant Andrew Spring, sir. Regional and Divisional Managers of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Detachments Commander Major W02 Keston Brown, sir. Regional Coordinators, Warrant Officers, Fleet Chief Petty Officers, Senior Rates, both serving and retired of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, facilitators, members of the media, and senior and junior staff of the Civilian Conservation Corps, viewers of the various live stream, and most important, you, the graduates of the Civilian Conservation Corps Cycle 2101. At this time, please allow me to invite to the stage our program director. I have the privilege of introducing him. He is someone very special and dear to the program. Major Benjamin was the first officer to be appointed program director for the military-led academic training program, MILAT, and military-led program of apprenticeship and reorientation training, MyPath programs, under the Specialized Youth Service Program, SYSP. Major David Benjamin is now the director of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Forces Specialized Youth Service Programs and currently holds the position as acting commanding officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Reserves. Please assist me in welcoming to the stage to bring the program director's address, Program Director of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Major David Benjamin, sir.
Thank you very much, Mistress of Ceremonies. Good morning. It is indeed an honor and privilege to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the trainees of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Cycle 2101. Today is a signature moment for many reasons, but primarily because we have been able to successfully navigate this program through the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. CCC is part of the Specialized Youth Service Programs under the auspices of the new Ministry of Youth Development and National Service, and continues to be Trinidad and Tobago's flagship youth intervention program as part of the Defense Forces civil military initiatives. It is therefore my pleasure on this wonderful occasion to welcome Minister, the Honorable Foster Cummings, sir, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service, Mr. Farouk Hossain, the Vice Chief of Defense Staff, Group Captain Kester Weeks, Deputy Commanding Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Hills, representing the Commanding Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard, Squadron Leader Marlon Dorridge, representing the Commanding Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, Lieutenant Commander Anthony Hector, officers of the Specialized Youth Service Programs, warrant officers, fleet chief petty officers, senior ratings, both serving and retired, of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force and the other ranks of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the staff of the Civilian Conservation Corps, and the staff of MyDNS, and most importantly, the graduates of Cycle 2101, those present and those viewing live, on the live stream, all 847 graduates. At the Civilian Conservation Corps, we embrace the challenge of fulfilling our mandate of positively altering attitudes and behaviors. In this regard, CCC is considered the most successful social intervention program in Trinidad and Tobago. That's my boast. Nationally, youth are described as persons between the ages of 10 to 35. In the CCC context, we cater for persons between the ages of 16 to 25. 10 to 35. In our context, we cater for the catchment of 16 to 25. These are described as energetic, skillful, bright, and exuberant. But some may need guidance. And sometimes their critical thinking skills may need to be improved. Thus, there lies a role for adults in guiding youth in the correct way of living and positively engaging their vital energy and guiding their desire for the betterment of this nation. Moral education is a must as well. It is believed that if youth can be motivated and educated in the right way, they surely can spearhead the progress of our nation, make the world a better place. The government of Trinidad and Tobago, in recognition of this, instituted the CCC program to curb the rising incidence of youth crime, stem the tide of apathy, and create hope and positivity within this catchment. The period 2020 to 2021 would undoubtedly be remembered in the history of CCC as a period in time that was memorable for all the right reasons and all the wrong reasons. It was the first time the Civilian Conservation Corps program had to be discontinued in the 23 years of its existence, 19 plus, where Cycle 2001 had to be discontinued on the 1st of August 2020, just before the first national lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Trainees of Cycle 2001 were invited back in January of 2021 to resume the cycle. CCC got approval to engage in a hybrid version of its induction training program. These students were fully engaged, both virtually, using Microsoft Teams as well as Zoom platforms to communicate. We accommodated, at that time, approximately 1,050 students via this medium. This was undoubtedly the largest number in one catchment that we were able to engage over the years. Therefore, the descriptors, agility, flexibility, and dynamism are appropriate to describe CCC's posture in 2021. I would applaud that. Because the staff came to the program director and said, we have to find a way to engage these young people and keep them going. So we have to find a way to make the program work. The stance that CCC took to only allow vaccinated trainees to continue in face-to-face training in the practical phase of the program was only derived when we felt that the best interest of the majority of the trainees was in the fore. And this would have allowed us to continue the program without any casualty. As we are in the throes of a pandemic, with morbidity and infection levels rising daily, we believe that the CCC stance that we took initially at that time was correct to save the lives of persons who were engaged in the program, lessen infection, and ensure the safe completion of Cycle 2101. History will judge our decision. During the cycle, with the usage of technology and live streaming platforms, we were still able to stage the annual Spelling Bee competition. This is for our students who are engaged in literacy and numeracy classes. We were able to stage the hair, nails, makeup, and barbering competition for the cosmetology and barbering students, the Republic Day Best Dressed competition, the Diwali Queen competition, the CCC Talent Show displaying the diverse talents of the students of the Civilian Conservation Corps. The online aerobics fitness classes were held weekly to assist trainees to develop and appreciate physical training and physical fitness. During a lockdown, the CCC participated in a spoken word competition, collaborated with the counter-trafficking unit of the Ministry of National Security and the I-95.5 Eye on Dependency show. The CCC graduates also participated in DIA Youth Innovation Lab program, where our graduate trainees represented us with distinction. Minister and PS, as you know, CCC are finalists in Her Excellency's President Award for Excellence in the Public Service competition, otherwise known as the Praise Awards. We are in the category of Service Excellence. Let me now give you my PSA. Please tune in tonight on CNC3 at 8 p.m. or 2000 hours, where CCC will be announced as the winners of the Praise Award. That's my confidence spilling out there. We are truly very active. We are abiding by all of the national COVID-19 regulations. And I dare say that we are one of the few youth development programs that was able to stay open during this pandemic. That requires a round of applause. Thank you. This program focuses on developing adequate problem-solving skills and an emphasis on loyalty, mutual respect, taking personal and community responsibility very seriously. It also focuses on resolution of conflicts by non-violent means and respect for the environment and citizenship. Through the influence of the CCC staff and our carefully chosen facilitators, we encourage our trainees to let discipline that they have learned be a permanent feature in their character and persuade them to adopt attitudes and behaviors that would negate stereotyping and labeling. We also provide skills to become employable through the coordination of a myriad of skill training programs and opportunities, where our graduates work hard for their certification. The Civilian Conservation Corps has remained relevant in the space of youth development in Trinidad and Tobago. And as the menu of youth development opportunities and choices are rolled out by the MyDNS, it is imperative that the CCC continues to adapt, adjust, and be agile to whatever these changes demand. We understand that all youth development programs are established to close gaps wherever they occur. We are willing to adjust and meet the needs of the targets. Trinidad and Tobago is facing an uphill battle for the positive engagement of the hearts and minds of our population. Although our republic has a plethora of options for youth, tracer studies and assessments have proven that this CCC program stands above and beyond and is appealing to our trainees. While this is so, we will not sit on our laurels, but we will actively engage the stakeholders to enhance the product that we offer, making it relatable, and relevant, keeping pace with the technical and societal trends. To remain relevant in today's dynamic and changing society. Some of the areas that we've been able to focus on is curriculum reinvigoration, accreditation of all the programs that are on offer, and in terms of facilities, we would love, Minister, to have purpose-built CCC facilities. However, we understand the economies of scale, and that would dictate our choices going forward. We want to collaborate with the MyDNS to use all of the facilities that are available to MyDNS to be able to cut our overall cost. We know that we are in lean fiscal times, and by extension, all of the facilities that are available in other ministries so that we can also cut the cost there to be incurred, optimally maximizing that effort. To dream is to achieve. We must dream big in order for these goals to bear fruit. We have commenced our work by engaging several stakeholders to strategically align with the Civilian Conservation Corps. We have deepened the interaction with the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, and this year we took a bold step with the closure of the TTHTI, the Trinidad and Tobago Hospitality Institute. We have several graduates from that institute, and we had those persons come together. We held the first in-house culinary arts program for the members of the Civilian Conservation Corps. And that has proven to be a success. We will build on that, and we will add more value to that program on upcoming cycles of the CCC. There are other programs that we're looking at with the Engineering Battalion of Trinidad and Tobago Regiment. There's an introduction to building and construction trades that we've already designed in collaboration with the unit, and that is to be rolled out for the next cycle of the CCC. We already have in situ a collaboration with the VEMCOT, Vehicle Management Company of Trinidad and Tobago, where one of our graduates has already been employed by that entity, and other graduates are to be employed. Ladies and gentlemen, by extension, CCC, and by extension, the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, the Specialized Youth Service Programs, and the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service will continue to embrace the challenge of getting youth ready for life by remaining laser-focused on achieving the goals of this program and by doing our part to make a better Trinidad and Tobago. I thank you for the courtesy of your attention this morning, but also by you gracing us with your presence on this very memorable occasion for our young graduates. Once again, welcome, and I invite you to relax and enjoy the remainder of this morning's proceedings. I thank you.
Thank you so very much, Program Director. Allow me at this time to introduce our featured speaker for today's ceremony. A consummate professional and lifelong businessman, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Foster Cummings, began his political career in 2008 as a temporary government senator and served in this capacity until 2010. Born in 1973 and a native of Indian Trail, Couva, the Honorable Foster Cummings was elected as the Member of Parliament for Lahokita Talparu in August 2020. Minister Cummings has a lifelong involvement in numerous youth-focused and youth-centered developmental initiatives. Along with his wealth of experience and unique track record in many leadership roles he has held for young age, one of which is founding member of the Helosinia Foundation for Young Professionals. This demonstrates his true patriotism and advocacy for youth development. In April 2021, the Honorable Foster Cummings was appointed Minister of Youth Development and National Service and is now charged with the responsibility for youth development and national service, which has within its remit the Civilian Conservation Corps, CCC, the MILAT, Military-Led Academic Training Program, the Military-Led Program of Apprenticeship and Reorientation Training, MIPAT, just to name a few. He also has responsibility for youth development, apprenticeship centers, youth facilities, cooperative development, micro and small enterprise development, friendly societies, and the National Entrepreneurship Development Company Limited, NEDCO. Minister Foster Cummings is passionate about the development of all young people and remains committed to creating and facilitating an array of programs that target their developmental needs and support the youth development agenda for Trinidad and Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as I invite to the stage the Honorable Minister Foster Cummings.
Good morning, everyone. Permanent Secretary Safaruk Hussain, Vice Chief of Defense Staff, Group Captain Kester Weeks, Major David Benjamin, Program Director of the CCC, commanding officers and representatives of the various units within the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, Lieutenant Anthony Goddard, Program Director of MILAT, Lieutenant Kurt Jones, Program Coordinator, CCC, Regional and Divisional Managers of the CCC, Warrant Officers, Fleet Chief Petty Officers, and Senior Rate both serving and retired of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, our Program Coordinators and Facilitators, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and our graduates of the CCC Cycle 2001. It is my pleasure and honor to join you on this auspicious occasion as we recognize the achievements of the graduates who have completed an intense skills training program within the Civilian Conservation Corps. The participants of Cycle 2101 have become accustomed to varied means of communication, having spent the last few months engaging in hybrid learning sessions supported by a dedicated cadre of facilitators. I want to congratulate all of you for reaching the finish line, particularly amid the COVID-19 pandemic. As hard won as it was, the journey was well worth the noble and honorable reward of self-development, empowerment, and hopefully employment. Ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic has made evident to us at the MyDNS the urgent need for the injection of technical, vocational, and skills training programs to promote economic development, to expand this country's employable cohort of youth and improve the quality of employable youth. And we've heard from Lieutenant how very passionate Major Benjamin is about the development of young people. In these unprecedented times, we have witnessed a vast increase in interest in vocational and technical training. Thus, the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service has prioritized supporting all initiatives that act as vehicles for developing such training. You would take note as well that we have paid a lot of attention to training in agriculture as we support our food security. A few months ago, we partnered with MIC TT to implement 3 courses that were all oversubscribed in coding, web design, and introduction to mobile app development. We also had a similar response to our youth development webinar series earlier this year, where we had to close the registration earlier than anticipated. So it suggests that our young people are really very interested in self-development. Responses like these to training opportunities, very much like a response, indicate that we are on the right track to inspire us at the MyDNS to continue to develop initiatives and policies and programs to feed your appetite for self-development. We are finding more and more that persons with skills and certification in trades, such as yours, could launch and lead highly successful businesses. And of course, we want to encourage as much of our young people to become entrepreneurs. Future leaders, it would be best if you grasp that the sustainable future of Trinidad and Tobago really lies within your hands. Statistics have shown that there is an increased need for your skill sets, whether computer repairs, hybrid electrical, vehicle servicing, or even adult literacy education. You have a ripe opportunity to fill the gap within the rapidly evolving job market. With more persons seeking jobs within the traditional job market, young people must find their place. The reality for many young people like yourselves is that your career trajectory lies within entrepreneurship. It lies within you to develop, to delve deep and tap into that passion, that God-given talent, that unfertilized dream to make it a reality. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where this program and others like it comes in. And I really wish to commend those persons who have taken this job very seriously at the SYSP. Since its establishment in 2002, the CCC has proven to be a leader in the network of specialized youth service programs and has provided our nation's youth with a tributary of positive youth development. They continue to provide an intervention mechanism to aid the empowerment of socially marginalized young adults and have served as a conduit to the world of work for tens of thousands of our young people. We need to continue to provide opportunities for our young people to point them in the right direction. They are guided by a laser-focused vision of getting youth ready for life that aligns to Pillars 1 and 8 of our National Youth Policy, which speaks to prioritizing youth economic participation and empowerment and creating an enabling environment for positive youth development in Trinidad and Tobago. Like many other programs, they have been adversely affected by the pandemic, experiencing various challenges ranging from implementing the hybrid teaching systems I mentioned earlier, and the plethora of connectivity issues faced by trainees and communication limitations owing to a lack of in-person interactions. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be pleased to know that despite all the challenges faced by the trainees, program directors and facilitators, that this cycle still managed to attain an 81% graduation rate. That is certainly, that, ladies and gentlemen, is certainly worth celebrating. Today's graduation is the first since 2019, a commemorative event that would, under normal circumstances, take place biannually, making today's proceedings even more noteworthy. In today's economic climate, programs like the CCC are even more integral in fulfilling this government's trust to boost entrepreneurship and the micro and small enterprise sector while enriching the lives of our young people. The program provides young people with alternative means of learning, and it equips them with the requisite tools to address the job market current needs and promote interest in non-traditional markets and industries. Ultimately, CCC provides a platform for our youth to help drive social and economic activity. This mammoth task, however, could not be done without the hard work and dedication of both the trainees and the facilitators alike. It requires a sense of civic-mindedness and commitment to succeed that we wish to inject in all our nation's youth, the 550,000 plus youths that we have responsibility for. Thank you for the examples we wish to see within our families, our communities, and our organizations. I wish at this time to acknowledge Major David Benjamin, Director, CCC, Lieutenant Kurt Jones, Program Coordinator, and their teams of dedicated and committed, passionate staff who worked assiduously to ensure that the program did not fail and who met the varied and unique needs of the trainees. I am aware that many of you would have gone beyond the call of duty to see this through. Many may say it is the discipline associated with military training that inspired you so to do. While there may be some merit, we at the MyDNS believe that that characteristic of national service must be innate in all of you. It is undoubtedly proven to be for the betterment of the young people of Cycle 2101, whom you have interacted with and certainly have impacted on their life. I'm also aware that many of the facilitators continue to go beyond the call of duty to provide the necessary mentorship and moral and even in some cases financial support to those most vulnerable, ensuring that no trainee is left behind. Today, as we prepare to graduate the trainees of Cycle 2101, I am reminded of my very own entrepreneurial journey, and I am more than usually pleased and excited for the next steps of your entrepreneurial journey. You now have the opportunity to stand tall amongst your peers and family members as an educated, skilled, and certified budding entrepreneur who will positively influence all those that you interact with. You have the opportunity to build your business, build your brand, and contribute meaningfully to the economy of our country that you will soon lead. Rest assured that the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service and the Government of Trinidad and Tobago remains committed to our drive to harness your power through sustainable youth development and skills training, and seeking out strategic public and private partnerships of which you will be the beneficiaries. I implore all of you to keep your eye on the prize and to work hard, stay committed, and you will one day have the success that you have always dreamed about. The training you received is but the first step to the realization of those dreams, and I pray that this experience propels you to further advance your self-development. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention this morning, and once again wish to congratulate all the graduates of the CCC program, Cycle 2101. Thank you very much.
At this time, the program director would make a presentation to the Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the Honorable Minister takes his leave. You may be seated. Thank you so very much. Moving right along with today's program. At this time, I would like to invite Miss Akida Briggs from the Northeast region to recite the pledge of the Civilian Conservation Corps.
Morning, everybody. Today, I will be a star. I will stop, think, and act responsibly. I will accept positive changes to eradicate negative attitudes and behaviors in my life. I will dress how I want to be addressed. I will set my goals high and delight in my success and the success of others. I will be respectful, committed, and resourceful. I will be a light in the darkness to help others find their way to the right path. I will use my intelligence, wisdom, and creativity to overcome challenges. I will be a success. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Briggs. At this time, we have some entertainment on our agenda. Allow me to invite to the stage the winner of the Civilian Conservation Corps Talent Competition for this cycle 2101 from the Central Region, Miss Laverne Guy, here to perform a monologue or a piece entitled, Let's Talk About This. Let's welcome her as she comes.
Really going on in this country. Let's talk about this. The state of the state. Akela is here to depopulate the state, hitting the weak, old, sick, and overweight. While we don't care to educate to avoid this nasty plague that's full of hate, but we listen to conspiracy theories and not facts. Who say this and who say that? Avoid the jab. Nah. No, don't take that dab. Then every day, watch the updates. Between 6 to 10, fall! When it's too late, burn them, bury them. With only 10 to 10, this is the state of the state. When mother cry, and daddy don't know why. Our children gone missing, yet no one care, no one is listening. Is this a case of human trafficking? Why is this such a hidden crime? Where is the media at this critical time? The children are our future, so they should take the stage. Instead of your front page, murder rampage, or your press conference to give statistics on latest deaths and brand new cases, this is the state of the state. Trinbago is my land. Yes, my land. Land of all color, creed, and race. Is carnival, calypso, chutney, paranrapso. Is Pagwa, Diwali, Jose, and Limbo. Land of the steel drum and petroleum. Land where money was never a problem. Now all of a sudden, the economy crash. Up comes Mr. 15% value added tax, road tax, online tax, I wake up the heat, Mr. Property Tax. And of course, I must mention the Supermarket Association raising their prices to suit their devices. It's all about making money and not caring about the poor people in the community. This is the state of the state. There is a solution for this nation. Put God first and end all problems. Bring back the religious studies in the school curriculum so the youth can get the understanding, the know-how, and the wisdom to show more love, respect, and appreciation. Let us highlight the country's youth program like the MILOT and the Civilian Conservation, who teaches life skills, education, a good start, and a strong foundation to prepare you for life, to not become victims of lawlessness, crime, and self-destruction, but proud and impressive youths in society who will stand strong, who will forge for the love of liberty. I call, I beg, I plead, before it's too late, let us come together and help fix the present state of the state. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Miss Guy. Let's have another round of applause for her. At this time, we would have the presentation of certificates. At the Civilian Conservation Corps, we adjust, adapt, and align ourselves with change. And while the new norm has forced us to scale down, our ceremony each year still deserves their time to shine. Let me get that again. Our ceremony, scale down our ceremony, each trainee still deserves their time to shine. So while 804 trainees were not able to be physically here for this special occasion, join me as we view the graduating photos of the trainees for Cycle 2101. At this time, I would like to invite the representatives from the South Central region, followed by the Southeast region, then the Southwest region, and the Central region to acknowledge their trainees for this Cycle 2101. Now we would have the South Central region.
Pleasant good morning, everyone. My name is Paula Boyce, Assistant Team Commander at the South Central Region, and I present the candidates for the South Central Region, the graduates, sorry. Thank you. The graduates for the South Central Region, Cycle 2101, Jamali Medina, Joanna Lifun, Tanisha Pemberton, Amanda Bagwandat, Alicia Hercules, Stephanie De Silva, Jahim Perryman, Karim Bagalu, Kerry-Ann Brown, Daniel Suklal, Dana Miller, Onika Bailey, Janea Souza, Diana Ashford, Kervel Turner, Angel Daniel, Kylon Hamilton, Kervon Shim, Aisha Mitchell, Michaela Phillip, Shaniqua Hospitalis, Isaiah Green, Myri Prout, Denzel Phillip, Omari Morgan, Antonio Toussaint, Carus Caris, Christian Jody, Darius White, Chevon Mitchell, Nicholas Thomas, Johnson Jackman, Jabari Richardson, Karishma Mohanlal, Ayana Gangapasad, Travis Bello, Elikel Haribanats, Christian Nisset, Unique Henry, Khalil Francis, Antonio Ramkilawan, Brittany Blackwell, Lakisha Williams, Esther James, Chandani Govind, Avinash Maharaj, Sean Leakup, Jamal Joshua, Cinema Hamilton, David Rajkumar, Christopher Day, Jada Brown, Zion Mohammed, Manika Lyons, Phoebe Rambo, Zion Lewis, Samantha Dibu, Aaron Sukumar, Omari Williams, Faith Lawrence, Keisha Ruplal, Shiva Chattagun, Tyrell Cooper, Tanifa Francis, McKenna Edwards, Wendy Cooper, Daniel Martin, Timothy Stefan, Kyla Shim, Makeda Dyer, Joshua Cummings, Raynel Delande, Shaniqua Cooper, Shania Cooper, Jabari Batiste, Nicolette Bernard, Alicia Daniel, Alea Gajida, Damian Graham, Roger Graham, Joseph Herrera, Shaquille Jackson, Selena James, Janora Langton, Joy Maharaj, Samantha Mohan, Josiah Murray, Chandani Ragbir, Justin Richardson, Joshua Sandy, Shakim Seeley, Omari Souza, Adrian Thomas, and Nicholas Williams. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Adana Faria, Team Supervisor with the Southeast Region, and I present to you the graduates of the Southeast Region. Daniel Alexander, Trevor Alexander, Cheyenne Allen, Miriam Asgarali, Natalia Biwani, Amy Bishop, Daniel Budu Singh, Chelsea Bridgelal, Antonio Coban, Daniela Cooper, Jamal Cooper, Petal Craig, Alyssa Gangaram, Atisha Gomez, Trey Gomez, Shaquille Grant, Nehemiah Hackett, Tamara Jaikaran, Kevion John, Jonathan Kangali, Justin King, Tamia Lockhart, Satish Mahabir, Jaheem Matthews, Kieran Matthews, Siobhan Mohammed, Hadia Mohammed, Ricardo Mohammed, Shazim Mohammed, Anand Motilal, Cheyenne Myla, Nikia Nelson Ford, Crystal Nimai, Jemiah Providence, Shane Ramjatan, Shamila Ramkisoon, Tasha Ramlochan, Anthony Ravello, Antonia Ravello, Maya Ravello, Marshall Rivers, Ronaldo Salazar, Akia Septa, Nikita Scott, Amelia Sue, Cherise Singh, Tristan Smith, Chanel St. Adge, Osei Stevens, Kanisha Taylor, Kimberly Taylor, Kerlan Valanilla, Kyla Valanilla, and Kanisha Waltrop.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols observed. I am Nikisha Gandhi, Team Supervisor of the Southwest Region, and I present to you the graduating class of Cycle 2101. Aliyah Alexander, Rian Bailey, Josiah Bramble, Michael Clement, Ash Collins, Eric Corday, Danica Kodro, Tia Kodro, Kaomi Daniel, Brittany DeClue, Anisha Dixon, Savannah Dixon, Trevor Dimsoy, Tylan Donald, Tyrell Donald, Jada Felix, Akim Ferdinand, Daniel Figueroa, Rosalind Forrester, Alia Francis, Ezekiel Garcia, Natifa Glasgow, Trevon Gonzalez, Kaleem Guliam, Deshaun Guy, Nafisa Haynes, Carissa Hector, Karen Henry, Simon Hospitalis, Shanika James, Isaiah John, Jessim Joseph, Anaya Ikes, Mackay Lewis, Monique Lewis, Rayshon Morgan, Faith Nash, Summer O'Brien, Ocean Pantu, Kevin Pitti, Sherian Pulchan, Zachariah Rahim, Aziel Rambukas, Sabrina Ramlakan, Travis Rampasad, Jabez Ransom, Nakia Rodriguez, Selena Samaru, Sabrina Sanchez, Shawana Scipio, Bernardo Smith, Chantel St. Louis, Jules Sylvester, Tamara Thomas, Kadisha Thompson, Danica Williams, Kenzel Adams, Jalim Bristol, Alia Chance, Shanika David, Amali Garcia, Amosai Hall, Daniela Hodlin, Hakim Jerome, Jada Joseph, Ophelia Maharaj, Shania McLeod, Nakoya Mitchell, Alia Monsegi, Michael Perelon, Miguel Phillip, Joshua Phillip, Tony Ransom, Chelsea Ramnat, Akeem Regis, Zaria Sherwood, Rihanna Smith, Calvin Williams, and David Williams. Thanks so much.
Pleasant good morning to all. My name is Amanda Ramlaka, and I'm an assistant team commander representing the Central Region, and these are the graduating trainees of Cycle 2101. Anelia Abraham, Kareem Abraham, Antonio Adams, Alex Alexander, Ishmael Alexis, Kes Ali, Riaz Ali, Sulaiman Alphonse, Shania Balgobin, Vishal Balmakoon, Shakaya Baska, Shivani Benny, Christian Bernard, Daniel Bernard, Jonathan Bernard, Diana Budu, Hema Budu, Ronaldo Bondu, Tidine Bramble, Diana Braffett, Donald Braffett, Makeda Braffett, Brandon Brewster, Marcus Brooks, Rhonda Brown, Naomi Burnett, Wayne Cabrales, Nandini Campbell, Aaron Cato, Omari Charles, Jeremiah Christopher, Gerard Chunilal, Carice Koa, Kamisha Collins, Zidane Collins, Sapphire Craig, Nathaniel Cross, Akila Curtin, Fiat Daniel Devines, Abdul Alim Davis, Shania Davis, Shaquille Davis, Shade Diaz, Jordan Flanders, Daniela Foster, Cherise Garnis, Charmaine Garcia, Megan Gomez, Kalisha Grant, Mark Guevara, Karen Gulcharan, Khalil Guy, Laverne Guy, Akila Hamilton, Sydney Jimenez, Eliza Jimenez, Justin Hoyt, Shaquem Hoyt, Huzaifa Hippolyte, Andre Isaac, Kevin James, Nalini James, Amanda Janke, Julia Janke, Akeem Jeffrey, Miranda Jobent, Aquila John, Jamaica John, Josiah John, Lamisha John, Onika John, Shania John, Claudia Jones, Terrell Joseph, Jeremy Julian, Shakur Julian, Cassandra Cassie, Kayla Kelly, Renee Labari, Kianji Lopez, Luciano Mangru, Ruthann Montague, Tamara Moses, Mumta Mangal, Rajiv Manoa, Corey Parker, Jalicia Pratap Singh, Daniel Pascal, Shanice Pascal, Beyonce Patterson, Esther Paul, Natalie Paul, Asatu Pilgrim, Obian Pilgrim, Malakai Punsami, Nikolai Punsami, Dylan Ragunanan, Rohan Ramcharan, Kadeem Ramjan, Analdo Ramruta, Aruna Ramruta, Shivani Ramruta, Savitri Ramsaran, Matthew Ratan Singh, Shania Regis, Odelia Richard, Shamel Roberts, Aura Rodriguez, Jada Ryan, Zaim Sampson, Aryan Sankar, Yamuna Sankar, Trent Shepard, Maya Simon, Navin Singh, Devon Sanilal, Shane Sonilal, Rafael Subero, Shane Susagas, Darchel Taylor, Demi Thomas, Shalene Thomas, Tyrese Thomas, Josiah Watler, Alina Williams, Tariq Wilson, and Celine Yearwood. Thank you very much.
Ladies, thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, those were the graduates from the South Central region, the Southeast region, the Southwest region, and the Central region for Cycle 2101. Moving right along, we have some more entertainment for you. Mrs. Nakasa Tacha Roberts, a former trainee of the Civilian Conservation Corps and former assistant team commander at the Public Relations and Marketing Department, is currently a WPC at the Homicide Bureau of Investigations and also a successful makeup artist. She is also the owner of Nakasa's Touch Makeup Artistry Studio, located in Karapi, Chima. Here to perform for us, I Rise by reggae artist Itana. Let's put our hands together and welcome to the stage Mrs. Nakasa Tacha Roberts.
Good morning. Pleasant morning, all protocols observed. Just want to give a little nugget here based on the theme for this graduation this morning. It says, forget the past, make a change, focus on the future. And in a short form, as short as I can possibly tell you, I'm a living testimony of these three phases. You are looking at a young woman that literally came from the ground up. One who was molested, one who had abortions, one who wanted to take her own life just a year ago. Could be a little bit more. One who wanted a divorce, one who didn't see a light. And I decided to forget the things that hurt me before. I decided to make a mental change of my present situation because I was sick and tired of what I was feeling and where I was at. And I decided to focus on my future and what's ahead of me because greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. I do hope this enlightens you in some form and some way. Let's go. born strong. I was made for this. See, I met so many hard times when I thought I could make it. See, I had my trials when my pillows dried my eyes. And then the morning came and my wings took flight. I rise, I rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. I'm down but I won't die. I rise, I rise. Soon I will reach the sky, and still I rise. Some say it's a mystery how I still believe that in spite of all I've been through, I can still push the wheel. See, I have a power they can't see with their eyes. It's a little thing called faith that makes broken wings fly. I'll rise, I'll rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. I'm down but I won't die. I'll rise, I will rise. Soon I will reach the sky, and still I rise. Who can understand when just an ordinary man defies the odds and still fights on to win? I can take it, I can make it. I'll rise, I'll rise. See, I was hurting but not broken. I was down but I didn't die. I'll rise, I will rise. Soon I will reach the sky, and still I rise, I'll rise. See, I was hurting but not broken. I was down but I didn't die. I'll rise, I will rise. Soon I will reach the sky, and still I rise. Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause for Mrs. Nakasa Tacha Roberts. The Civilian Conservation Corps has consecutively maintained a success rate of over 80% of their trainees. This year, the Corps recruited 1,050 trainees, and while they face many challenges and stumbling blocks, they still achieved their success rate at approximately 81%. Amidst the pandemic, they still managed to leave an impact on the young people of our nation. So as we continue to acknowledge our graduates for Cycle 2101, join me as I invite the representatives from the Northwest region, followed by the North Central region, the Northeast region, and the Tobago region to acknowledge their graduates for this cycle.
Good morning all protocols observed. My name is Cleve Cambridge, Team Commander of the Northwest Region, and these are the names of the graduates of Cycle 2101 here presented to you as follows. Denisha Abraham, Akim Adolph, Jacinta Anderson, Trishelle Andrew, Jeline Armstrong George, Tegan Ashton, Alicia Augustine, Travis Augustine, Jabari Bob, Siobhan Barron, Kajira Benjamin, Jaime Bennett, Cassie Bertrude, Quasi Blackman, Akia Bobcom, Ayana Bobcom, Shakira Berson, Malik Bokad, Joseph Bowen, Akim Boyce, Claire Boyer, Katila Boyer, Ricardo Braxton, Joshua Broadbelt, Isaiah Brown, Tyler Brown, Jaime Burnett, Adriana KB, Kimo Cameo, Kaylon Carrington, Jalen Charles, Janelle Clark, Kivana Clark, Disneyland Constantine, Jolisa Constantine, J. Cooper Angel, Linda Diablo, Alion Daniel, Joel Daniel, Natalia Dennis, Tonya De Silva, Aria Dixon, Jada Douglas, Nathan Drakes, Debian Dyer, Naria Fagan, Rayon Fagan, Tia Farrell, Darian Felician, Patrick Fletcher, Alina Forgini, Christopher Fort, Christel Francis, Israel Fraser, Tiffany Gabriel, Shaquille George, Latifa Glasgow, Makira Gloud, Timia Gomez, Aaron Gonzalez, Kishon Grant, Shanice Grant, Anisha Graves, Alea Griffith, Marcus Gustav, Isaiah Guy, Nicholas Halls, Alea Harrington, Kristen Hazel, Tyra Headley, Alea Henry, Jada Ruth Henry, Hakeem Hubert, Sean Hubert, Emmanuel Holder, Romel Huggins, Monique Isaac, Isaiah Jack, Jerome Jack, Kalicia Jack, Brittany Jado, Alea James, Asfa James, Kadisha James, Chanel James, VJ James, Patrice John, Shaquille John, Tenzira Jones, Ronaldo Jordan, Regine Joseph, Samantha Joseph, Denisha Kerr, Lucinda Fortune, Caliba Lamb, Marcus Lashley, Isaiah Lawrence, Isaiah Lee, Candice Lippert, Brittany Lewis, Shaim Long Donald, Luke Lopez, Dol Lukman, Shiri Marcel, Afia Martin, Kareem Montomaro, Isaiah Matthews, Maya Maxwell, Stephanie McDonald, Jamelia McFarlane, Terrell McIntosh, Philomene Mackenzie, Skia Mitchell, Wanisha Modges, Jamal Motley, Shanice Myers, Kijan Nelson, Tyrese Nichols, Atiba Noel, Aaron Octave, Tariq Paris, Johannes Patron, Nadia Peters, Trisha Phillip, Shadika Phillips, Kareem Pierre, Rebecca Plaza, Jaime Prescott, Pokrin Jamal, Aaron Punter, Tiffany Ram, Alicia Ramsara, Brianna Richards, Nairi Richards, Shakira Riley, Ronaldo Rodriguez, Shem Rodriguez, Manisha Rudal, Chris Sami, Shaniqua Sami, Sean Samuel, Tamika Sandiford, Israel Scott, Terrell Seaton, Elijah Simongal, Shane Solo, Shakira Simmons, Kieran Skerritt, Brianna Small, Josh Shenjun, Jaheim Centelia, Kenya Strawn, Nikolai Thomas, Akil Thompson, Renencia Toby, Alex Toya, Kyle Shotman, Chanel Velafana, Nicholas Walsh, Kadika West, Cherise Wharton, Akida Williams, Kyan Williams, Alea Wilson, Dinah Wilson, and Christian Wise. Thank you very much.
Pleasant morning all. I am Alicia Augustus, Junior Team Commander from the North Central Region. The following is a listing of graduating trainees from the North Central Region, Cycle 2101. Kazim Adams, Tyreek Adams, Jason Alexander, Jabri Alexander, Shaquan Alexis, Siobhan Augustus, Dante Austin, Alafia Baker Grant, Akiba Bartlett, Alicia Bengoshe, Johannes Bigot, Brittany Bisnat, Dwayne Bissoon, Tishon Brown, Asana Bruce, Elijah Keynes, Jadel Carter, Anissa Chady, Anissa Charles, Ashanti Charles, Jordan Charles, Kwesi Charles, Emmanuel Chunising, Teresa Cielto, Marika Clark, Jaquan Constantine, Joshua Cooper, Sadaya Kujo, Dylan Daly, Nyron David, Darrell Dobson, Venetia Dominique, Tanisha Douglas, Courtney Doyle, Jonille Duke, Latoya Eli, Shanice Ellis, Ronaldo Emile, Megan Espinoza, Akima Espinoza, Josiah Fleming, Shakima Forrestine, Jaheim Francis, Michael Francis, Joshua Fraser, David Friday, Sadaya Fontes, Ariel Giff, Joel Gittins, Josiah Gomez, Sakario Gomez, Kimberly Green, Gabrielle Craig, Shemaiah Griffith, Justin Guevara, Patrina Guevara, Tyreek Hackshaw, Leah Hansaraj, Ryan Henry Fidley, Celine Hernandez, Celine Huston, Kershel Jackson, Akila James, Malika James, Rondell John, Antonio Jones, Nehemiah Joseph, Sorella Joseph, Trevon Joseph, Katiana Dragoon, Shaquila Kelly, Kenya King, Christian Knights, Isaac Lashley, Amanda Luttman, Naomi Lester, Dwayne Lewis, Becky Ann Lockhart, Jamil Logan, Jordan Marshall, Leon Martinez, Tyler Messiah, Avinash McIntosh, Shafia McPherson, Latisha Millington, Aaliyah Mitchell, Alexia Mitchell, Elijah Mitchell, Adana Modis, Dylan Mohammed, Daniela Morris, Javon Morris, Kyle Morris, Naomi Ned, Angel Neptune, Kadeem Neptune, Dickel Utley, Ravello Patrick, Marissa Phillip, Soraya Phillip, Shania Phillips Miguel, Osama Pilgrim, Nayola Kwame, Michael Raphael, Melissa Ramjohn, Jesus Ramroop, Aaron Reyes, Asabi Richards, Akil Robinson, Nyla Robinson, Celine Rochard, Matthew Rock, Nisha Roland, Jeremiah Rose, Dejonel Rush, Malika Samuel, Stefan Sanka, Renee Sargent, Jonathan Surratt, Christian Simmons, Akisha Sinanan, Justin Singh, Michael Small, Elizabeth Smith, Taraji Sorello, Adam Thomas, Isaiah Thomas, Quinton Thompson, Brianna Villafana, Renee Villafana, Felicia Wallace, Nicholas Watkins, Abel Watson, Jamal Williams, and Sheil Williams. Thank you.
Pleasant good day to everyone. I am Ms. Chelsea James, Team Supervisor at the Northeast Region. Today it gives me great pleasure to present to you our graduates for the Northeast Region Cycle 2101. Amir Abraham, Ashni Abzal, Jabali Alexis, Selena Atta, Mackenzie Augustus, Stephon Batiste, Michael Beckles, Naomi Bell, Johanny Bishop, Marcus Blake, Jameson Bob, Kristen Bocage, Chandel Boney, Siobhan Braffett, Tawana Brewster, Akida Briggs, Moisha Campbell, Yeshembet Kati, Ronaldo Caton, Tia Charles, Jamal Charles, Zidane Charles, Nathaniel Charles, Precious Clark, Jada Daniel, Marlon Dick, Shamika Edwards, Shannon Espinoza, Onika Francois, Alicia Gabriel, Melissa Glasgow, Shania Gonzalez, Zariel Grant, Tamika Guy, Carl Hamilton, Tawana Homewood, Marvin Homewood, Shania Hospitalis, Lyndon Jack, Ruel Jones, Andel Joseph, Kendall Joseph, Nicholas Joseph, Natangela Lewis, Altonio Lewis, Anika London, Tanika London, Chevelle Mahadiu, Kadim Marshall, Nanyam Kamayun, LaQuisha Mendoza, Kimberly Modest, Aaron Mohammed, Alea Moses, Isaiah Morel, Alejandra Noel, Daniela Noel, Caressa Utley, Emma Phillip, Queen Phillips, Carleen Pierre, Donovan Pierre, Tyra Raghu, Angel Ramcharan, Shanice Ramsurup, Aloy Romero, Shakira Ruiz Roberts, Kareem Simmons, Vanessa Small, Akeem Superville, Empule Superville, Tyrese Sylvan, Suan Thomas, Hishana Thomas, Jamila Villarreal, Shanika Wellington, Shannon Wells, Mosiah Whiskey, Jabari Wiggins, and Denil Winter. Thank you.
Good morning, all. My name is Afisha Sinclair, Assistant Team Commander and representing Tobago Region. These are the list of graduating trainees for Cycle 2101. Shaniqua Ayong, Shaquille Alexander, Malik Allen, Aliyah Amorose, Anthony Anderson, Darrell Anderson, Katisha Arthur, Shanika Arthur, Akeem Baldeo, Angelo Bedlow, Kia Benjamin, Chanel Butcher, Fayan Chance, Iverson Cambridge, Vincent Collette, Shalise Cooper, Caleb Coy, Nathaniel Daniel, Kershel Davis, Troisha Davis, Tyreek Davis, Khalesia Douglas, Khalifa Edwards, Akil Francis, Norisha George, Keelan Gerald, Shireen Grant, Lanisha Greenidge, Omari Isaac, Darrell Jack, Isaiah Jack, Kaylan Jack, Jessica James, Giovanni Job, Hular John, Akila Jones, Kimoy Kelly, Tola Kelly Kent, Akeem Knights, Arion Leacock, Wendy Ann Legaton, Zachary Lindo, Jabari Lucas, Darian Line, Shavella Marcel, Kern McDonald, Kelvin McLean, Anson Moses, Davril Murray, Chanel Noel, Christopher Norrie, Tion Orr, Jaden Pereira, Ashley Phillips, Xavier Phillips, Jaheem Kwashi, Dijon Ramsey, Amanikini Richards, Solana Richards, Deshaun Rushford, Jokima Roberts, Maya Samuel, Kofi Sandy, Shaquille Simmons, Wavel Simon, Sean Smart, Patrice Smith, Reginald Smith, Joanne Stafford, Akeem Sterling, Renee Solomon, Trevor Walker, Isaiah Woods, and Jacob Wright, or Jacob Wright. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, presenters. And ladies and gentlemen, those were the graduates from the Northwest region, the North Central region, the Northeast region, and the Tobago region for Cycle 2101 of the Civilian Conservation Corps. The Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force plays a pivotal role in the coordination and development of the various training programs bestowed upon the trainees. As a major resource hub, the Defense Force continues to be at the focal point in the success of each cycle from its inception in the year 1993 to present day. Here to bring greetings on behalf of the Defense Force, I would like to kindly invite on stage the Vice Chief of Defense Staff Group, Captain Kester Weeks, sir.
Permanent Secretary in the MYDNS. I quite like your abbreviation. Mr. Farouk Hossain, Director of the Specialized Youth Services Programs, and the Program Director for the Civilian Conservation Corps, Major David Benjamin, Deputy Commanding Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Hills, representing the Commanding Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, Lieutenant Commander Anthony Hector, representing the Commanding Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard, Squadron Leader Marlon Dowrich, officers of the Specialized Youth Service Programs, warrant officers, Fleet Chief Petty Officers, and senior enlisted advisors to command, both serving and retired, of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, and other ranks and ratings of the TTDF, the staff of the Civilian Conservation Corps, staff of MYDNS, media, and the focus group of today, the graduates of Cycle 2101. A God-blessed good Wednesday morning to all. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Chief of Defense Staff, Air Vice Marshal Daryl Daniel, who is unavoidably absent on duty with the Commander-in-Chief this morning. A graduation ceremony always remains one of the most exciting events in a person's life, as it really represents an upward or positive movement onto where the next goal or horizon is set upon. As a serviceman, the Civilian Conservation Corps will always have a very special place in my heart, as having served in several portfolios in its first incarnation, it represented for us as a force a graduation of sorts from our traditional roles to one where we assumed responsibility for a series of life interventions in pursuit of the tremendous human capital resource, often described as our at-risk youth. Our commitment to the National Youth Development Mandate, done through the expenditure of personnel and other related resources for the management of the specialized youth service programs, remains a significant and important task, with an extremely difficult to quantify level of reward that stands to transcend the lives of many of us who serve in the program to the greater good of Trinidad and Tobago. The evolution of these programs have now realized the provision of career enhancement opportunities through apprenticeships and recruitment, an entry-level executive placement of sorts, in a job market that tended to discriminate against youth who may have been devoid of experience. As your defense force seeks to maintain enhanced societal relevance in an ever-changing and demanding environment, we look forward to rising to the challenges of making good on other opportunities to serve and engage with the other Ministry of Youth Development and National Service projects. Youth Development and Apprenticeship Centers, formerly known as youth camps, the St. Michael's School for Boys, which will be rebranded as Children in Need of Care and Supervision, CHINS. Not forgetting the National Male Transition Home and the imminent return of the MyPAT program to the CISP. Rest assured, Permanent Secretary, and our young citizens, your defense force remains committed to doing our little part in the investment into our human capital that is our youth, in transitioning our beloved republic from good to greatest. May God's richest blessings weigh heavily upon us. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, sir. Different activities were conducted during Cycle 2101. Despite the restrictions that came with the pandemic, the course still found a way to keep the trainees engaged. They hosted a number of virtual competitions to promote team building skills, also cultural activities. The 8 regions participated in virtual best dress competitions, aerobics burnout, talent competition. They participated in skill-based events such as the hair, makeup, nails, and barbering competition, and the spelling bee competition. Points for these competitions were tallied along with the region retention rate to select the champion region for Cycle 2101, with a total number of 105 points for another year in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion region for Cycle 2101 is the Central Region. To present this award, I would like to invite on stage the Vice Chief of Defense Staff Group, Captain Kester Weeks, to present to the Regional Manager of the Central Region, Mr. David Seals, with the Championship Region Trophy. Let's give the Central Region another round of applause. Thank you so very much, sir. Now we move on to the special awardees. The Program Director's Award is presented to the trainee who, during the period of time spent on the program, exhibited qualities and behavior congruent with the program's aim and objectives. The trainee receiving this award would have been punctual both physically and virtually, have an attendance record of 95% or over, and display a very high level of discipline. Additionally, the trainee approved for this award would have participated in most of the CCC's events and activities and would have also been a team player. The trainees who were nominated for this award have met all of the above mentioned criteria. There are 8 nominees, one from each region. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the Program Director of the Civilian Conservation Corps to congratulate the following nominees who are asked to join him on stage. From the Southwest region, Miss Savannah Dixon. From the Southeast region, Mr. Anthony Ravello. From the South Central region, Miss Dana Miller. The Central region, Miss Laverne Guy. The North Central region, Becky Ann Lockhart. The Northeast region, Miss Akida Briggs. The Northwest region, Mr. Ronaldo Jordan. And from the Tobago region, Miss Patrice Smith. However, there can be one winner. Yes. So could you please congratulate them and present them with their tokens at this time?
Civilian Conservation Corps, environment conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving.
Southwest region, Miss Savannah Dixon.
If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors, looking for opportunity.
Southeast, Mr. Anthony Ravello.
Chart a new destiny and live happy and crime free. CCC have the program to enhance
South Central, Miss Dana Miller.
skills and assist with your challenges. If you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation
Central, Miss Laverne Guy.
to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps is open doors.
North Central is not here with us today.
You like welding, hairdressing, and landscaping.
Miss, could you collect on her behalf, please?
Change your life over.
In absence.
Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors. It's a holistic program for the use of the nation to develop future leaders and patriotic nation builders, to enhance communities and restore the families, to build technical capacity and academic ability. If you want to do better,
Northeast region, Miss Akida Briggs.
Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build
The Northwest region, Mr. Ronaldo Jordan.
environment conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving.
And the Tobago region, Miss Patrice Smith.
So if you want to do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors.
The Program Director's Award winner for Cycle 2101, a motivator, a leader, an enthusiast and talented as some of the qualities this person has exuded despite the negativity around them. This trainee progressed gradually and tremendously from the first day of attendance on the program and has transformed into the ideal trainee. This trainee has developed a high level of respectfulness and good relationships with her peers and members of staff. This trainee excelled in skills training and continues to strive for excellence. This awardee attitude and transformation throughout the cycle is exactly what the program is about, whereby trainees can reach their full potential through change with mentorship and support by staff members. This trainee definitely typifies the CCC's program, mission, and tagline, and affirms the organization as a solution to the nation's problems amongst the youth of Trinidad and Tobago. Therefore, on behalf of the program director, it gives me great pleasure to announce Miss Becky Ann Lockhart of the North Central Region as the winner of the Program Director's Award for Cycle 2101. Unfortunately, Miss Lockhart was unable to be here with us, so allow me to invite Junior Team Commander from her region, the North Central Region, Miss Alicia Augustus, to receive and speak on her, and to share on her behalf. Program Director, thank you so much, and to the awardees, thank you.
So before I leave the stage, as is my new tradition, I would like to invite Ms. Becky Ann Lockhart to join the team of Civilian Conservation Corps in a capacity as our newest assistant team commander in the next cycle. So we'll be engaging Ms. Lockhart. We'll be engaging Ms. Lockhart and offering her a space in our team to assist in continuing to motivate other cycles of trainees who will come to us. I know Mr. John is looking at me with cockeye as to where he's going to find the space, but we will ensure that Ms. Lockhart is given that opportunity as she has proven worthy of that mention and of that opportunity. So Ms. Lockhart, well done and congratulations.
Good morning, all. All protocol observed. I am Ms. Alicia Augustus, Junior Team Commander from the North Central Region. I will be reading this speech on behalf of Ms. Becky Ann Lockhart. My name is Becky Ann Lockhart. I am 20 years old. I attend the Valencia Government Primary School and the Valencia High School. I lived at number 60 Riverside Gardens, Unity Extension, Dabity. I am the third of 6 siblings. As you all may know, I have lost my younger sister on Monday, the 29th of November, 2021. She was also attending the Civilian Conservation Corps program, We both joined the program on Cycle 2101 to attain a skill at the North Central region. Joining the Civilian Conservation Corps was the big hope for me since I was nurtured by a single parent who earned little for us to live in an all-girls environment. We were all at great risk of experiencing harmful environmental conditions as a result of our social circumstances. But I am here to plant a seed that will inspire you all to move forward no matter what is your challenge. I have planted my seed on the 15th of March, 2021, with bad weather and wondering if it will even grow into a plant simply because the soil was dry, no water, no lights, and little facility to nourish it. Little fertilizer to nourish it. My mind was unsettled and uncertain of a hopeful future, but with encouragement from my fellow trainees of Team 5, I was determined to grow through the cycle. I started watering the seed of achievement. As a result, it broke its skin with positive mindset, started shooting towards the sun. Then COVID-19 virus hit our shores. The infections started to spread throughout the Twin Island, forcing schools and CCC to close and move to online for learning. With our financial state, I was not prepared for data and cellular phone because we lacked the basic amenities, and the distraction of children did not allow my environment to adequate for learning. I attended classes at the back of our home where there was little distraction. Though it was all my stipend afforded me a tablet, I was always there with my team with online activities and lectures. I would ask my neighbor who lived some distance away to charge my device and phone for me after class so I could have it fully charged for the following day. During the skill training period, I had to make the decision to be vaccinated, knowing I usually get seizures off and on. I was afraid my fragile situation could worsen. I discussed it with my region staff members, and they guided me, and I decided I would pursue, and here I am today. Because a seed neither fears light nor darkness, but uses both to grow. As we are graduating amidst a global pandemic, I say to CCC staff members, on behalf of the graduating trainees of Cycle 2101, thank you all for being our foundation and support system. To my fellow graduates of Cycle 2101, here before me and behind the screens, congratulations to you all. We have finally gotten our achievement with CCC. Now we can move on to pursue greater goals for a better life. May we all continue to conquer our battles within us or among us. Life can be tough, and may we all remember sacrifices are required to be made for achievements. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Augustus, on behalf of Ms. Lockhart. Before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge and say special thank you to DAS AV Services, Mr. Diochan Suraj. He's the manager, and he has provided us with live streaming here today and other services at our ceremony. So thank you so very much. to DAS AV services. Gratitude we must always display in all facets of our lives, and this graduation ceremony is no exemption to the rule here at the Civilian Conservation Corps. To bring down the curtain on this auspicious occasion, we would like to kindly invite to the stage Program Coordinator of the Civilian Conservation Corps, Lieutenant Kurt Jones, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Group Captain Kastowick, sir, Vice Chief of Defense Staff, Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. Mr. Farouk Hossain, sir, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth Development and National Service. Major Benjamin, sir, Director, Specialized Youth Services Program, and Program Director, Civilian Conservation Corps. Commanding officers and representatives of the various units within the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Forces. Lieutenant Naval Anthony Goddard, sir, Program Director, Military-Led Academic Training Program. Lieutenant Naval Dane Daniel, sir, Staff Officer, Specialized Youth Services Program. Regional, Divisional, and Deputy Divisional Managers of the Civilian Conservation Corps. Warrant Officers, Fleet Chief Petty Officers, Senior Rates, and other non-commissioned officers, both serving and retired, of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, program facilitators, ladies and gentlemen. Last, but certainly by no means least, you, the graduates of Cycle 2101 of the Civilian Conservation Program. Good morning. Noteworthy, we have come to the end of Cycle 2101. To God be the glory. The conduct of the cycle was not without several challenges. These challenges were influenced mainly by the responses brought about by the restriction measures to curb the deadliest pandemic thus far of the 21st century. Hearty thank you to the Minister, Permanent Secretary, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Accounting Officer 5, and staff of the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service, the Ministry of the Civilian Conservation Corps, our ministry. For the first time in a long time, the Civilian Conservation Corps has begun transforming the lives of such a large cohort. The cycle began with just over 1,050 trainees, but because of health protocols, the program could not conduct face-to-face training. However, in a desperate plight not to lose our most vulnerable, the Corps, by its resilience, compassion, and dexterity, found a way to keep the trainees engaged. That engagement was influenced by our Northeast region, particularly its regional manager, who at one of our managers' meetings voiced her enthusiasm for regions to use the various online platforms to conduct classes where practicable. Through the adaptation of that method, CCC can boast that we were, are the only youth training organization that is operating so successfully. Thank you, Mrs. Rose Millett and Ms. Chelsea James. On that note, I would like to thank the divisional managers, deputy divisional managers, regional managers, and staff of the Civilian Conservation Corps for your leadership in ensuring that despite the adversities, you managed to retain your trainees and ensure that they graduate. The Corps is also faced with accommodation challenges. These are exacerbated by the health restrictions imposed as a consequence of COVID-19. For example, our 8 regions located throughout Trinidad and Tobago are not purpose-built. Therefore, in many instances, spacing poses an issue. Great thanks to Lieutenant Colonel Retired Neil Bennett and the Chief Executive Officer Natasha Prince at the Vehicle Management Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, VMCOT, for allowing the Corps to refurbish and occupy not just one of the buildings on the compound, but also another to house a canteen. Thank you, Colonel Bennett and Ms. Natasha Prince, the CEO. Without the benevolence of the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago, the Civilian Conservation Corps would not have been able to use this architecturally magnificent theater. Isn't it wonderful? Thank you, Mr. Brian Fonnett and team. Normally, a CCC graduation is one of pomp and gallantry, attended by all graduating trainees and their relatives. At this year's ceremony, such a large attendance is practically impossible. However, thanks to technology, it is possible for an even larger audience to witness this auspicious occasion. Hence, through the assistance of Mr. Andy Diochan Serju, our graduation ceremony was viral by the live stream he provided. Thank you, Mr. Serju. With such a lovely voice, you have also inspired us all, and we are truly blessed. Thank you, Ms. Thatcher Roberts. This program has its genesis in the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. We have not forgotten our historical significance to that unit. The Corps began as the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force's Youth Civil Intervention Program. More importantly, the TTDF has ensured that it remained the premier youth intervention program. We are thankful for that birthing and nurturing and immensely grateful for their assistance. I would like to specially thank the Chief of Defense Staff, Vice Chief of Defense Staff, commanding officers, and other members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. Chief Petty Officer Scantleberry, we have not forgotten you in ensuring the success of our culinary arts program. Today, further assistance came by the provision of a photographer from the Public Relations Department, and hence we are eternally grateful. Thank you, TTDF. To host an event like this, the Corps' Public Relations and Marketing Department is always at the forefront, led by Mr. Ronnie Gollop, the department's Deputy Divisional Manager. The department is renowned for showcasing the Corps' many talents, shows, and ceremony. Today, unfortunately, that department is compromised as a result of the COVID-19 restrictions and cannot physically pull off today's event. However, MILAT, our sister unit under the umbrella of the Specialized Youth Services Program, which has always been of major support, has assisted us through the undertaking of videography provided by Mr. Steve Hernandez. Again, we remain thankful for the MILAT program. For those that are unaware, the Corps has an on-the-job training program. Both Mr. Kyle Jeffrey, videographer, and Ms. Donnell Smart, photographer, came out of that program. During their tenure, they both worked at the Public Relations and Marketing Department. Excellent, well-trained individuals who can fit into any of this country's media houses. We are proud of you and thank you for your professionalism. I just spoke of Jeffrey's and Smart's excellence and dedication to the Corps. In similar vein, so too is Mrs. Camille Fraser de Bellet, today's Mistress of Ceremony. Isn't she marvelous? What a fantastic job, Mrs. Fraser de Bellet. A true success story for the program. Without doubt, she can anchor any television program this country has. Thank you. Not wanting to blow our own trumpet, The Corps is truly resilient. Although the hardworking PR and marketing department is quarantined, the show must go on. And may I say, quite wonderful. However, let me give credit where credit is due. The Corps thanks its staff, especially Mrs. Nicole Kisto, Deputy Divisional Manager, Operations and Training, Ms. Alison Cameo, Team Commander, North Central Region, for banging their heads to ensure that today's ceremony was the success we witnessed. The Logistics Department, for its tenacity and hard work, has not gone unnoticed. When we look at the ambience, plans, plaques, and other decorations, we are impressed and thankful. They are also responsible for the light refreshments that will tease your palates. To the Transport Department, who ensured that we got here on time and assisted immensely with the necessary transport needs, thank you. Mention must also be made of the professional disposition of the ushers and supporting staff provided by the Human Resource Department. There are so many other things that we would like to say thank you for. However, time does not permit me. So in that vein, I would say thank you to everyone who would have contributed to today and to the success of our trainees. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Program Coordinator. At this time, I would like to invite the Program Director, together with the Permanent Secretary and other officers, for photograph at this time.
Conservation Corps. Yeah, this is Umi Makano. Make sure you come out. Nah. Umi Makano. CCC, if you do better, change your life over. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened doors to be disciplined and help build character. Civilian Conservation Corps has opened environment conserving, disaster response training, flora and fauna preserving, and life skill training. If you want to do
Program Director, could you please remain? Officers, could you exit? Regional managers, could you join the Program Director on the stage at this time? Please.
and help build character.